Ladies and gentlemen, people moving all around Sydney at the moment. We're going to give an example this morning of why you would leave Bondi to go to DY with Josh Wapshott. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
So it's real. It's real. People are moving from Bondi to DY. Why? How are ya?
Yeah, good mate. How are you? Good morning.
What's the story, Josh? Why did you do this to yourself? Why would you ever leave the beautiful Bondi Beach of Australia?
I know. I was a big Bondi fan. I was living behind Icebergs, so good spot. Lived down on the beach pretty much. But look, when it came to sort of, in this sort of world we live in, you need to sort of start making your moves early, and that sometimes that involves sacrifice, or it means making a smarter decision. I started to get a bit more serious with my partner, and it looked like as if we wanted to start building a future together. But I'm sure, as everyone knows, median rental prices alone in Bondi, you're looking at $920, and then don't even get me started on prices of housing there. So basically, look, we wanted to take the next step, and start building our future together, and we looked around Sydney for something that was the perfect fit for us, and just in terms of what the Northern Beaches could offer us, the beaches itself, you're not missing out on too much in comparison from over here to, say, the eastern suburbs. So we thought, okay, perfect opportunity to get over here and save on some rent, and then also scout out where then we would like to go and purchase our first place together. And like I said, Northern Beaches all across from sort of your Narrabeen up to Manly, we just fell in love with. Same beachy coastal vibe, beautiful people, great community. But yeah, like I said, pennies are important these days, and that was a key factor of moving over here. I mean, if you can buy the same thing for half the price, or that sort of talk, you'd be crazy not to.
So I guess if for people who don't know, the median rent in DY is probably sitting sort of 650, 680 sort of mark. So that's almost 30% less than what you're paying in Bondi. But what did you have to give up that Bondi had?
In terms of, look, the only thing itself I really gave up there was the apartment itself. I mean, I did have a nice top floor apartment overlooking the beach. But look, when I think about it, for, like you said, 30% the difference. I mean, from what I've seen in my time over here, how many opportunities do you have? Properties facing the beach, shops downstairs, or a nice, local shopping strip, not too far up the road. I mean, when I came to think about it now moving here, I guess it's nothing but really the Bondi name, or maybe the chance of being on Bondi Rescue, who knows? But I'd say that would be, I mean, yeah, it wasn't too many different, well, I haven't experienced anything too much different besides just saying, hey, I live in Bondi, which is obviously, world knows Bondi, might not know DY or Collaroy, but living here in Australia, you definitely do.
And in terms of is there a cultural or people sort of difference? Did you find that sort of day by day, or everyone's sort of fairly similar? It's all Sydney.
You know what? I probably have actually found Bondi to be a little bit more, busy. Everyone's got somewhere to be, sort of thing. So I feel like I definitely have even when you're walking up the street, I've found in, DY and, your surrounding areas, you walk past someone and they're smiling back at you. good morning, good afternoon. That's probably been the biggest thing, and that's I really enjoy. Just someone random on the street making their day. Hey, how you been? Bondi, Bondi was a bit hit and miss with that. So a lot of people. There was definitely the nice people like to say hello and give you a nice smile, but there was also a lot of people that didn't have a lot of time for you. To sort of just keep the head down and move. So. I would probably say that sense of community and giving time for your neighbour. That's a really big
That's
there's a really big
interesting.
sense of community. Yeah.
Well, I lived in the east for almost 25 years, and one thing that I noticed was that as well, because walking in the morning at like 5, 6 in the morning, I made it a point to say hello to everyone, and it didn't go down too well. Like it didn't. So I'd be walking sort of 5 morning, 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 and some people would just like double
Yeah.
take and like not even say good morning back. So, I would just that was the way I guess I was trained on the northern beaches, or the way I just thought was a normal thing that you just just a good old fashioned g'day. I
Exactly.
don't think the Bondi people were any worse for it. I think they're just busy. And it's
Yeah.
just not a dumb thing. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it was just like just move on, get on. So when you went to DY, you had a selection of a couple of different places to go. You could have gone Manly, you could have gone Coleroy. They're all beachside unit suburbs, for instance. Why DY?
Well, DY was it? We were just in between DY Coleroy. My partner was a Beaches girl, so when we first met, we'd come up here and say hello to her family, spend have a couple of family lunches, dinners. So we got a taste, and then to obviously travel back home over to Bondi, and then we got a nice little taste of what it is to live over here, be a part of the community, like I said, and the beaches. Like we would come down to Freshie, Coleroy, Manly. The beaches are awesome here, especially like with what I love around this Northern Beaches area is it's not all on top of each other. You've got a sense of like just behind us, Warriewood and your national parks. It's got a really nice sense of space. Somewhere where you want to, bring you grow up your family and your kids are playing out on out on the street, down the park, and then finish up down the beach. I think that's what Northern Beaches gives as a really special opportunity.
Yep.
Everything's really just built up right now. So I just like the idea of how it's all spaced out. You still got your trees and parks in abundance, and your beach, all within 15 minutes of each other. So I think that's what really drew me here, because I'm originally from Melbourne, Mark. So family's a bit of country, so I love a bit of open air trees, and you can't get any better than that, I'd say.
Yeah, right. And tell me, if anyone's just tuned in, we're talking about Bondi to DY, the move, the transition that Josh has had. So, Josh, anyone that's now considering doing this move, what was the biggest blockage for you? It was like, yeah, no, that's a big move. I'm not sure. What was the sort of the hardest thing to overcome living in Bondi and going to DY? What was the thing you were going like? You kept getting hang up on saying, "No, look, let's give it another 6 months because or."
Honestly, probably Military Road, if I had to be honest with anything. Just because obviously all my mates were back over the other side, all my family. If I wanted to go over on a Sunday when I have some time, it was honestly just the only thing that I would ever reconsider was just the drive through Military Road. I know on peak hour it can be a little busy, but that's everywhere in Sydney now. So I think it was just that at any time that I came over here, I'd always experience a little back-to-back traffic. But as you move around, you notice anywhere peak hour in Sydney, and you're going to be facing some traffic now.
you're going to get smashed. So for people that don't know, Military Road is the connect of the Sydney CBD and the Northern Beaches, together with Pittwater Road. They're the two roads that you'll take all pretty much one. It's pretty much one road as well, which just turns into Military turns into Pittwater over the Spit Bridge there, and Spit Road. But that's the road you take in, and it does get it's ferocious. It has a lot of traffic on it, but I guess that practical side of it, yeah, you are further from the city. You are dealing with traffic if you're going into the city. But there you go. There's a Northern Beaches snapshot for everyone out there on DY. Someone who's actually done the move. Very interesting. Anything else you want to chuck in?
Yeah, no, we'll just anything, just give it a go. You don't know till you try. But yeah, I definitely recommend, if you're thinking of the move, organise something with the family. Come have some lunch down over near the beaches down here, and I guarantee you'll fall in love, not only with the scenery, but the people, the vibe. I mean, yeah, it's been a very positive move for me. So yeah. Of course, would like to cheer on anyone else that's looking to make the leap.
Give us a call. Give us a call if you need any advice on that. So, mate, you're a legend. Thank you very, very much.
No, thank you, Mark. Yeah, thanks, everyone. Hopefully we'll get some calls and have some people moving over.
Big time. Thanks, Josh. Take care.
See you, mate.
See you,
Bye.
guys.